I'd say motivation, to put it simply, is what drives you, what the reason you wake up in the morning, what you're going for, where you're trying to achieve. Motivation's behind all of it.
The drive to be successful, to be driven in general, to be passionate about things, to kind of have a reason to get out of bed and get things done.
Motivation is just the ability to get up and go after it day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not. It's finding whatever your goal is and working towards it over and over and knowing that it's not going to be achieved overnight.
I think just to be successful in general, which I think most people want to be successful at whatever they're doing, you have to be motivated. Without motivation, there's no drive, there's no reason to get anything done. And so I think without motivation, you won't really move forward. You can't accomplish anything.
Motivation's great in the beginning, but dedication takes over after that. I mean, motivation is what gets people started. It's great when you have it, but it can also run dry. So, yeah, it's very important, but it's not a never-ending source, so you have to have something driving behind it.
It started actually my freshman year of college. I gained what they call the freshman 15, and I saw fitness as my way to escape that. And as I started, trying to just lose weight, I really fell in love with the process and wanted to share my process with other people. And overall, it's just been awesome.
When I was 25, I was working a lot of late night shifts, eating a lot of double quarter pounders with cheese, and I ended up having to go into the ER for stomach issues, basically. I was like throwing up blood, to put it horribly, and yeah, I was told I would have to either overhaul my diet and take better care of myself or be on medication the rest of my life. So I worked with my local dietitian and got some tips on what I could do in a retail lifestyle where I didn't have a lot of time to necessarily meal prep, or if I did have time, it wasn't a lot, so things that I could do on the go that were still healthy for me. And from there, lifting and running just kind of came back into the flow of it. Once I started to lose the weight, then I wanted to look better on top of feeling better, and then fitness followed. And a large part of it is fitness helps me stay motivated or stay dedicated to a good diet, because the fitness part's the fun part.
So I've always been a runner most of my life. I grew up playing a lot of sports. I ran cross country in high school and track and was pretty successful. But about a couple years ago, I actually had a heart condition and couldn't really get it figured out. Cardiologist couldn't say anything, gained a ton of weight, and just couldn't really run. And kind of definitely was a humbling thing where I realized that at some point I need to start treating this really, really seriously. Like, just because I can't run at the same level that I really wanted to be at, I still needed to run for my general health. And I think that process has kind of led me here where I started getting more in shape and I started getting back into things. Actually had gone a 2-year running streak until a recent injury, so definitely something where, to me, it's about being healthy, having a good, healthy lifestyle, always pushing myself.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in having a strict schedule towards things. So, when it comes to working out, I like doing it first thing in the morning so I can check that off my list. So I try to stay on a strict schedule towards everything I want to do. And I feel like that really helps me stay productive towards stuff too.
Being able to stay competitive and continue to do the things that I like to do. Fitness lets me still be a goalie at 34. where guys 5 or 6 years younger than me that don't take care of themselves are starting to second guess whether they're going to be playing another season or two. And the races that I run, I want to continue to be able to run those for as long as possible. I mean, I would love to be one of those guys that's, in the top 20 of 5Ks when they're 70 still. That'd be phenomenal. A lot of it is just wanting to be the best version of me.
I'd say honestly at this point just to be healthy. I mean, certainly I have aspirations from a running standpoint to get to a high level, but I think when I allow that to be my main motivator, it doesn't always work. It's not as meaningful. But I find myself consistently getting out the door to run and trying to exercise just because I want to be healthy. I want to be able to do things without feeling tired or out of shape or overweight. So that's definitely, I think the idea is just to maintain my physical health.
I would say take baby steps. Regardless of all of us wanting to look like Chris Evans, it's not in the cards all the time, and it's certainly not something that happens overnight. So, I mean, take the small victories. Start off with like a couch to 5K, where it's, the first 2 months is walking. Get out and do a little bit, and just find something that you like to listen to. If you like listening to podcasts, or if you like listening to audiobooks, you can kind of kill two birds with one stone in that capacity. Try to tie your hobbies into fitness if that's where you're going with it. That's, I think, the easiest way to stay motivated for longer is if you tie it into your hobbies. You make it a part of your routine then, and it's more fun. You can take it any number of ways, but at the end of the day, if you want to stay competitive, you've got to stay in it.